Johor Bahru, excuse me, for BCL Asia 2026, second game here in Group A, as Johor Southern Tigers, our host, will take on the Chinggis Broncos. Well, it's the opening game of this group, but it's also the second game of the day. We saw a big victory in the other group in which SCA got a final decisive victory against High Tech Basketball Club. Well, two games happening tomorrow, Wednesday. Chinggis Broncos will take on Delhi United. Thai Pilots will face South China Athletic. And then on Thursday, the final game of the group stage will indeed be between Delhi United and Johor Southern Tigers. Well, if it's one thing we want to know in this game, is that the defending champions, Chinggis Broncos, they have a big matchup here indeed. Only picking up their second win in the regular season that saw them qualify for the final six, and that was against the Thai Pilots. While Johor Southern Tigers, because they had the tough prospect of being in the same group as both High Tech and Delhi United, that they did pick up two decisive victories against High Tech. Once at home and once on the way in Bangkok. Well, excuse me, against Delhi United, but tonight it's a new opponent, the defending champions of BCL Asia East. To see whether they can test their ride. Well, they're going to be in front of their home crowd here at the Larkin Arena. The #1 team of this country and the region against the defending champions. And it'll be very interesting to see how they go up defensively against the likes of some of the key backcourt players from Chinggis Broncos. Now, Broncos haven't made a new addition in that final window. Stedman Lemon, of course, the signing who did play last season in BCL Asia 2025 with Tabiet. This is a team not only powered by import players, but as mentioned, some key domestic players. And there's one of them, Biligan Bachevin, a.k.a. Tommy. And there is Sandardoch Bindaria and Tulga Otkanel. But the problem tonight here for the Broncos, they are going to be without Badaspod Erden, the key Mongolian backcourt, but they do have last season's most valuable player in BCL Asia East, and that is Ian Miller. Well, they know they've got to play well tonight. That is the key thing for them, because this home crowd is going to back this team. There is Lee Chae-Wim, of course, another key player for the Mongolian national team. Maegan, who's probably going to have to play a lot of backup minutes tonight here as a secondary center. There's Wong Yi-ho, one of the key players. Scotty Lewis has been a key instrumental player in this run, the former NBA player who did play with the Charlotte Hornets. And there's Cameron Clark, the new signing, right off the back of playing in the Philippine Basketball Association. Well, big game tonight. Marcus Lee as well, another new addition to this team, having played that final window in Bangkok, Thailand. But it's a big game for both teams. Johor Southern Tigers, our hosts here in Johor Bahru. As now the players will shake hands with each other, pay each other homage. We're now moments away from tip-off. What an exciting matchup it's going to be tonight between two teams who have the same ambition, aspirations to win BCL Asia East 2026 here in the final six. Well, the home crowd, the atmosphere is going to be buzzing, and there are three referees for tonight's game. We have Xiao Jiang from China, we have Rakesh Ramalingaya, and as well as Yip Chun Yuen coming from both Hong Kong, China, and India. Well, a big, exciting game. Here are some of the key players. Now, we mentioned the backcourt players from Indonesia. Tushik Elbeg, number 20, as well as number 0, Iqbayar Chulumbatar. We already spoke about Biligan Bachevin, Tommy, number 10, the #1 player for the Mongolian national team, as well as, well, the one player you want to look out for is Azbayar Altengarel, number 7, the future of Mongolian basketball. And the three import players, well, they're solid as a rock. And Jordi Chimanga, the center, now he will start. Stedman Lemon will also come in the starting lineup, their new addition import player, as well as last season's most valuable player, which leaves Bindaria Sandardoch and Tulga Otkanel. Well, Otkanel will be the primary point guard. Ian Miller will be the combo at the 2 position. Like I say, both these two teams will have to match up against Delhi United. There is the head coach, Arambod Erden, the man who led them to the gold medal last season in BCL Asia East. And then he took them to the bronze medal at BCL Asia in Dubai last season. A lot of expectations because they've been a little bit underwhelming, especially in the Chinese Taipei window, where they lost against both the Pilots and the new Taipei City Kings. But having a look at this team now, well, Scotty Lewis as well as Marcus Lee and Cameron Clark, but the two key players, number 27, Ting Chung Hong, Mei Mei, as well as Wang Yiho, are both key foundation players for Malaysia's national team. Well, Lim Chi Wei, Scotty Lewis, Cameron Clark, Marcus Lee, and Mei Mei will be in the starting lineup. Now, number 27, Mei Mei, Chun Hong Ting, is going to be a key three-point shooter. But it's the second time now here in the final six we've seen two teams from opposing groups meet. Now remember, Chinggis Broncos had to win that final game in Group B, the final game of the season, and there's head coach Yong Kian An of Johor Southern Tigers. But going back to what I was saying, they won their opening game, Chinggis Broncos, and that was against South China Athletic back in Causeway Bay in the heart of Hong Kong, China. And they had to win the final game at home. Of course, it was SCA who defeated Chinggis Broncos, but in the case of Johor Southern Tigers, now they went the first window winless in Tangerang, Indonesia, the home of Dewa United, and didn't pick up their first victory until they hosted their window here, and that was against Dewa. Only two victories for both these two teams in the window. Marcus Lee, former Kentucky Wildcat, former San Miguel Beerman player in the PBA, where he was teammates with one Junimar Fajardo, the Kraken. Well, we're just going to find out very soon how these two teams are going to play out against each other. I think if you're going to compare the styles of these two teams, the one thing you need to know about the Johor Southern Tigers, a lot is going to run through Scotty Lewis. That is going to be their key go-to plays. Well, in the case of Chinggis Broncos, we're going to see a lot of back to the basket, down low play with Jody Chimang, and probably a lot of high pick and rolls with Via Miller. But this team predicates itself from its dribble handoff. A lot of options, a very good three-point shooting team, and there's Iqbayar Chulumbatar. Well, he's going to have a hell of a game tonight, because they, like Johor Southern Tigers, will be looking, vying for that third win in this campaign of BCL Asia East. Well, we're now just under 2 minutes away from tip-off. We welcome everybody watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform. If you're watching this game, please hit that like button, subscribe to FIBA on YouTube, and make sure you follow BCL Asia on Instagram, X, and Facebook, where you can catch up with all the best news, highlights, and content that matter to you most. Well, just trying to get some final words in with his players. Like I said, they've had their ups and downs so far this season in BCL Asia East, but one thing that's undeniable, they're a very talented team. It's about finding consistency. And it's not a matter of being able to build leads, it's holding on to leads, closing games out. Cameron Clark, new addition, just recently joined from Hong Kong Eastern. They're going to need some solid three-point shooting from Mei Mei this evening. Well, I would imagine Chinggis Broncos definitely have Scotty Lewis as their main threat on the defensive game plan, which tells you that everybody else has got to come bring their best. Cameron Clark gets his first start here in BCL Asia East, his debut game. And that's going to be an exciting matchup as Marcus Lee will go up against Jody Chimanga, because Marcus Lee had a hell of a battle in that game against Dewa United in the Bangkok window here in BCL Asia East. You could argue Chimanga probably possesses the brute force, the strength inside the paint, the back down game. And Marcus Lee, well, we'll see how quick he can be in transition as the natural center tonight here for Johor Southern Tigers. Well, hello everybody and welcome to Johor Bahru in Malaysia. This is the second game of BCL Asia East, the final six. Johor Southern Tigers hosting Chinggis Broncos here at home. Tip is underway, and it will be the Broncos that will get first possession. No basketball tonight due to the injury sustained in the last window in Mongolia. But now Miller working here with Chimanga. Pindaria sat down doors, trying to go baseline. When the ISO moves on, Chimanga comes up with the offensive rebound. Nice little pump fake, but a foul is going to be called against Jody Chimanga. But Chimanga trying to battle for the offensive rebound. Cameron Clark, very good positioning on the box out. Well, there's the take. Chimanga just getting called there for the push in the back. Well, Toga Odgadao trying to come for the steal. Cameron Clark finds Maymay in the corner, and the Sanford Joe getting the home crowd into the game. Well, that's what he does best. Cannot leave him wide open this evening. Now Stedman Lemon goes for a quick three and just silences the home crowd. Wow. Spent the first part of the year playing in Greece, in Athens with Panayotis, and now just joining the Chinggis Broncos. JST, they want to go through Scotty Lewis. Lewis penetrates. Finds Marcus Lee in the paint. He'll finish. Well, it's only now his third game in BCL Asia East, having joined just prior to the Bangkok window. A little bit of an ankle break as Miller, last season's most valuable player, missing the three-pointer. JST want to run. Yu Chin Wei will go for another three. This one's up, way off the mark. Well, that would have got the home crowd off their feet yet again. Lemon using that screen from Chimanga. Throws a lob to the big man. Comes up with the offensive rebound. Put back still no good. Lim Chi Wei trying to find options. Maymay made his last three. Goes for another one. We're going to see a lot of that tonight from Maymay. A lot of three-pointers taken in transition. Miller goes to his right. Chimanga just keeps it under control, but again, struggling inside the paints. And now Lewis twisting. Finds Cameron Clark, heavy bump, and a foul has been given. So Clark will now go to the free throw line. Because no Ahmed Hill this evening for Johor Southern Tigers. They've gone with Cameron Clark in the lineup. One thing neither of these two teams want to do is send each other too often to the free throw line. Clock a little bit short. Well, quite an extensive career. Very well experienced international basketball player. Second free throw good. Because JST has got to ride on the momentum from this home crowd. Build a lead as big as possible. So one thing you don't want to do is try to hang and go neck and neck here with the defending champions of BCL Asia East. Well, Miller left uncontested, count it, and now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, not the outcome defensively JST wanted. But now Ian Miller will go to the free throw line to try and level things up. And this is the dribble handoff we talked about with the Broncos. At some point, they want the isolation with Ian Miller. Now, the foul was actually called before the foul. Well, excuse me, it was called before the shot. I think it may have been caught away from the ball. It's on Marcus Lee. So it's not an M1. Miller, quick catch and shoot, contested corner. Now it's an M1. Well, he might just bring back the M1 mixtape. I mean, how beautifully Ian Miller curls the screen, gets his feet set. Wow, it's a 4-point play coming. Four-point play converted. Miller on a 6-point offense. JST trying to get it to a set. Lewis goes to his left. Aggressive penetration, and again, that is where Chinggis Broncos have to have the help side defense alert at all times on the floor. Miller feeling confident again, just sinks this one. A second three-pointer. Well, quite a few fans have made the long journey from Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, here to beautiful Johor Bahru. And Lewis, well, it's become the Scotty Lewis, Ian Miller show. Both players feel they can score every time they get the ball in their hands. But now Lemon, defended by Lewis. Tough fadeaway. That's simply too tough to handle. That was good defense, but better elite offense. Chinggis Broncos, back to Cameron Clark. Scotty Lewis will fire a three from downtown, front iron. Rebound secured by Tulga Odgerel. Two possession lead to the Broncos. Lim Chi Wei is going to be called for the foul. Well, that's going to be the third team foul against Johor Southern Tigers. Only one more to give here in the first quarter, excuse me. Lim Chi Wei's got to play defense without reaching. Well, it's an unforced turnover. Good defense by Mei. Tulga Odgerel was open. Miller would go back door. Miller was just trying to V-cut, get open. Lim Chi Wei now goes to his right, and that's going to be a reach from Tulga Odgerel. And that's now Broncos' third team foul. Well, they don't want to give too many away. Checking in for the Broncos, number 9, Chinggis. Now trying to get a handoff. Lewis now goes mid-range. Again, this guy is cooking early. Scotty Lewis, could it be a 30-plus point game for him this evening? Lewis already with 6 points. Second leading scorer right behind Ian Miller. But now Lemon. Lemon handoff. Well, good hands by Cameron Clark. Aggressive, the strength. And a foul committed by Sandardo Chpinderia. Well, change coming in is Azbayar Altengarel will sub into the lineup, the future of Mongolian basketball. As JST with the possession, looking to either tie things up or take the lead. Well, Jun Kang's also subbed into the lineup here for JST. Timothy Chinggis also making his entry into this game. Final 6, opening game for Group A. Mei mid-range, rattles in and out. Well, good anticipation, good steal by Scotty Lewis. Now Lewis finds Jun Kang. Clark had a look at three, finds Mei wide open, it's up. Marcus Lee battles the offensive rebound. Mei, little teardrop, still can't finish. But JST still fight. Let him try to run, he's got Miller to his right. Pulls up for another three, and again, it is Miller time already. The 2025 BCL East Most Valuable Player. Already 12 points here in the first quarter. Because Ian Miller, after the BCL Asia last season in Dubai, had a lot of options to go abroad. Cameron Clark pump fakes. Good paint protection by Jody Chimanga. But Miller finding a home in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. And my word, do they love him. And that's going to be a foul against Ting Chun Hong. And that's going to be a second personal foul. And I think he's going to leave the game as Wang Yi Ho will sub into the lineup here for JST. Well, Ikbayar Ulaanbaatar left wide open. That one's up, no good. And now here comes Marcus Lee. Elects to go himself, nearly turns it over. Keeps it under control as Wang Yi-ho. Tries to find a bit of separation. Now Lewis was wide open and didn't get it to him. Yi-ho, alley-oop, well. Marcus Lee nearly connecting. Broncos coming up with it. Finding Ikbayat, Chulumbatar in the corner. Another three, not going to go this time. Again, Broncos fighting for the offensive board. Can Timlin Chinggis knock it down? Well, that's three good looks on the perimeter, but nothing coming to avail for the Broncos. And that's going to be free throws coming up for Marcus Lee. As Bayat Al-Tengadel just caught out on the mismatch. Well, Marcus Lee can indeed cut this down to a one-possession ball game. I was speaking to him earlier today at their shoot-around, and because one of the best experiences he picked up in his professional career was the time playing in the PBA. And that invaluable experience in playing in such an elite professional league here in East Asia, well, it only pays dividends to the efforts and the eliteness that he's going to give to JST. Remember, 6 teams here in the final 6. 2 teams will qualify for the final BCL Asia tournaments. Timlin Chinggis wants to get into a double high screen. The horns action. Ikbayat penetrates. They want to find Chimanga. Chimanga, a little teardrop, and a foul is going to be called against Marcus Lee. That's going to be his second personal. Now JST do have Maigan as a backup center. So the question is, I think Maigan's going to come in. Well, Jody Chimanga returning back to Mongolia this season for a second stint, because he went back to play in Chinese Taipei for the Maz in the TPBL. Second free throw, no good. That goes out of bounds. JST will get it back. Well, JST still keeping Marcus Lee on the floor. Camera clock flashes. Just become a pressure reliever here for JST. Lewis denies the screen. Goes straight to the bucket. Counted, and now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, Scotty Lewis, so dangerous when attacking the rack. As soon as he's inside the paint, the former Charlotte Hornet now looking to try and make this a 2-point deficit. There's the denial of the screen. Nobody in help side defense from the Broncos. They've only beaten one team this season, and that was Delhi United. Once here at home, and then once in Bangkok, Thailand. 3-point play not converted by Lewis. Timlin Chinggis trying to find Miller. Miller's got 12 points already. Finds Chimanga, no look dive. Chimanga just bullies his way to the bucket as Marcus Lee gets penalized for the goaltending violation. Five-point lead still here to the BCL Asia East champions, defending champions. JST just handling the pressure. Again, Lewis attacks, pulls up mid-range. Miller comes up with the rebounds. Miller now just trying to put the moves on. Finds Chimanga. Dissecting JST's defense. Well, Billy Batchavin just recovering from injury, now into the lineup. Wants to take out Wang Yi-ho. Straight to the bucket, and what a move by Tommy. He's back. Tommy's back, ladies and gentlemen. 7-point lead to the Broncos. As Wang Yi-ho pump fakes. Had a look at three. He'll now go into the lane. Nobody going in for an offensive rebound. Lewis is wide open. And now Broncos looking to extend. Chinggis pulls up and now gives them a 9-point lead. And JST call timeout. Broncos right now flying with confidence. Well, we'll return from this timeout in just under 1 minute. Calm down the bleeding. The timeout is complete. JST just trying to build some momentum here offensively. Everything going through Scotty Lewis at the moment. Just trying to find a bit of spacing. The foul is going to be called on the ground, so that's going to be free throws coming up for JST. Versus does John Kai check go to the free throw line? I think he will. Well, anything just to keep the energy, the motivation coming from these JST fans here in Johor Bahru. It was a buzzing atmosphere the first time we were here in the regular season. Both free throws converted. Cutting it down to a 7-point deficit. Lemon defended by Lewis. Little mid-range, a little short that time. JST want to run now. Here we go, maybe. Here it is. Oh, too high on the lob. And Wang Yi-ho sent that into the accredited media zone. Clock just needed that to be a little bit lower. Neither team with any fouls to give. Just over a minute to go here in the first quarter. First game of Group A, second game of the day here at the Final Six. Lemon getting that high screen pick and pop from Tommy. Soft kick out in the corner. It's an unforced turnover. Well, tough pass, but still, with under a minute to go, Johor Southern Tigers potentially can go 2 for 1 from this possession. Lewis having to play point forward here for JST. Oh, good hands by Chimanga. Now Lemon comes up with it, has numbers. Lemon goes, oh my goodness! Well, the man who made it to the 2025 FIBA Vassal Finals with Tabiat, the man of the finals. As now clock, quick shot in transition. And Lemon again, fasten your seatbelts, hold your roof down, Lemon show. Well, Stedman Lemon landed awkwardly on that dunk. You can see him just holding on to his hamstring, but well, we'll see how this one plays out. Extending it to an 11-point lead to the Broncos. Wang Yi-ho. 5 seconds here for Cameron Clock. Clock pulls up and he's fouled. Well, that's going to be against Tommy Batchavin. That's going to be his first personal foul, but as I mentioned, not the team with any fouls to give. So Cameron Clock will look to chip this down to single digits. Brock only 1 out of 2 from the free throw line so far this evening. First one's good. Second one, no good. Chimanga tries to find Lemon. Doesn't get it off in time at the end. Well, makes a shot, but it won't count. At the end of the first quarter, 10-point lead to the defending champions of BCL Asia East, the Chinggis Broncos, against our host, Johor Southern Tigers. Well, we're going to take a look at some of the key highlights, best moments from the first quarter, and we'll return in just under 2 minutes live here at the Larkin Arena, Johor Bahru, Malaysia. Chinggis Broncos. Broncos now led by that man, Ian Miller, so far with 12 points. Second leading scorer, Stedman Lemon, with 9 points. Because what they've been able to do so effectively, as we saw on 2 occasions with Stedman Lemon, I mean, defensively, Broncos are probably one of the toughest teams here in BCL Asia East. We did see a lot of that in the Chinese Taipei window at the Tianmu Arena. But Johor Southern Tigers will get the first possession of the second quarter. Welcome back, everybody. Live here at the Larkin Arena in Johor Bahru, Malaysia. JST trying to get it inbound. Clark looking for a handoff here with Scotty Lewis. Lewis matched up defensively by Stedman Lemon. Meme kicks out. Clark from the baseline. Shot is up and 6-1. Slicing it down. That's his first field goal tonight. Cutting it down to an 8-point deficit. It's Tusha Gelbeck coming into the game for the first time in the backcourt with Ian Miller. It's a bigger lineup now here for Broncos. Asbayas simply gets the and one. Little slip screen action with Stedman Lemon. And the future of Mongolian basketball puts him back up by 10. Well, there's that slip screen action. Well, it makes contact for sure, but it's how quickly he just gets right to the bucket. Exciting times ahead of this young man in his career. Unable to convert the three-point play. Well, JST nearly turned it over. And they do just that. Bindaria Sandaradunch. Lemon hesitates, pulls up off the dribble. And Asbayad nearly coming up with the offensive rebound. It's Tusha Gelbeck just trying to put a lot of pressure against Scotty Lewis. Cameron Clark bumps in the air, can't get it. Marcus Lee, big time offensive rebound. And the putback dunk is good. But he's got to get more offensive rebounds tonight, more second chance opportunity points. Miller now getting rejected. Well, Lewis with a good defense. Now Miller, pump fakes. Makes a bit of contact, can't get it. Shot clock was winding down. Home crowd trying to inspire this team. There's the foul. And that's going to be 2 free throws coming up to Scottie Lewis. Now the officials just deciding here. Does further action need to take place on this? Well, doesn't look like an upgrade is going to happen. Scottie Lewis, 8 points so far this evening. He makes both free throws, can become second player in double figures, right behind Ian Miller. 3rd leading scorer so far here in the first half. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz when he signed with the Johor Southern Tigers. Second free throw good. And as I said, JST, they've got to keep this home crowd into the game. Well, Lewis comes up with it. Lewis goes in, and that's going to be another foul against Ian Miller. So Lewis going back to the free throw line. And he is just inspiring this home crowd to get back into the game. And they love what they're seeing right now from their star player. Well, the JST coaching staff, they wanted this an upgrade, but I think that was a genuine attempt by Ian Miller to go for a steal. Lewis yet making another free throw. Can't cut this down to an official 2-possession ball game if he makes this one. Makes them both. Well, had he missed it, that would have been a retake because that's twice they called a lane violation, or could have been. Lewis right now hungry, trying to put pressure against Miller. But now Lemon. Well, tough pass. Azbayad got the bump there. It's another turnover. And the Broncos looking a little shaky at the moment. Lewis the driving force. Meme, he's made 1 3 tonight. Offensive rebound. Meme comes up, still can't finish. Well, since making that early 3-pointer, has had his inconsistency, but now it tries to make up for it. And that's the kind of heart, the hustle, the effort that these Johor Southern Tigers fans want to see. The Broncos want to go a lot bigger in their lineup. Jody Chimanga will come back in. Sent down to Doj Bindaria, going to the bench. Tushi Gelbeck denies a screen and avoids the block. Incredible. The blistering speed of Mongolia's national team player Tushi Gelbeck. Setting a bit of daylight between them and JST. Clock trying to put the moves on. Because they want to try to bring Jody Chimanga away from the paints. There's now Miller. Finds Tushi Gelbeck. Miller's got 12 points. Finds Azbayad wide open, uncontested. An offensive rebound falling into the hands comfortably of Ian Miller. 7 on the shot clock. Lemon finds Chimanga. Chimanga misses inside the paint. And good defense from Marcus Lee. Lewis nearly turns it over, but in the end, it somehow finds the way of Marcus Lee, and he goes in with a 2-handed rim rocker. A timeout called by the Chinggis Broncos. This home crowd here at the Lock-In Arena, inspired from the play of Scottie Lewis. And that time, Marcus Lee We'll be back from this timeout in under 1 minute.
That is the end of the timeout. Pushing foul. Third person foul. Johor. Checking in for Johor number 5. Big that's the three-point play. Broncos. Second person foul, number 5 for Johor. 2 shots for Jamaica, Chinggis Broncos.
Lewis finds May. Tries another three in the corner. Still can't get it. Big offensive rebound by Maigan. Now Lewis quick three in the corner. And JST going a bit cold. Lemon, and he fumbles it. Right idea. Tough pass. You've got to appreciate the value. Both teams trying to push the tempo very quickly. JST need a good offense now. Maigan trying to go at Chimanga. Chimanga just saying no chance, but Maigan fires a three. This one's up, and this time takes it from downtown. Well, he made one three-pointer earlier this season, and that was in the opening window in Tangerang, Indonesia. Now Stedman Lemon tries another one. And there's the crash defense preventing the offensive rebound. Lewis looking to make it a two-possession deficit. And that's going to be a third team foul against the Broncos.
Checking back in for the Broncos captain, number 0.
Cameron Clark inbounding this here for JST. The Chinggis. That time kicking out there too, Mei. Much better pressure defense coming from the Broncos. Clark on the baseline, shot is up. And all of a sudden now, it's back to a 4-point deficit. Patient, more efficient, better basketball coming from JST. Well, good hands by Maigan, but that's going to remain possession to the Broncos. The change coming into the game. Matthew Chin will sub in for the first time, giving Maigan a bit of a breather. So this leaves JST again slightly more vulnerable inside the paint against Chimanga. Lemon finds Chimanga. There's the mismatch. But Igbayat to Chulim Batar for 3 and extends it back to 7. Well, I think so much emphasis was on Jody Chimanga in the paint. JST need to remember, Broncos are a very lethal three-point shooting team. And that's going to be the 4th and final foul as a team against the Broncos. So for 4:02, neither team with any fouls to give. Because this is going to be an exciting group. Because when Delhi United hit the house, you know the party's going to get started. Because possessing the best point guard in BCL Asia East and DJ Cooper, and that's a traveling violation. And I just wonder, why did they take Maigan out of the game? Hit the three-pointer offensively. Just gives them a little bit more resilience against Chimanga in the paint. Broncos can't make it a two-possession or a double-digit lead with another three-pointer. Tushi Gelbeck, there it is. 3 is up, 3 is good. And a 10-point lead to the BCL Asia East defending champions. Second time in the first half. Well, Mei. Well, that's going to be another foul. So free throws again coming up for Jong Kai-Cheng. I'm not sure if that's on Timlin Chinggis. So that is the second personal foul. So 4 players, well 5 players actually. It's on Tushi Gelbeck, excuse me. So Jongwon Kai-Cheng looking to slice this down to single digits. Double change, getting ready to come in for the game here for JST is Oi Shufeng, along with Lim Chi-wei. Second free throw good. Still JST been led by Scotty Lewis, the only player in double figures apart from Ian Miller of the Broncos. Because the tough thing for the Broncos, out with one of their star point guards, Batata Erden and Bataspold. Elbeck finds Igbayat, Chulum Batar. Good hands. Matthew Chin trying to keep him in front of him. And a big rebound by Cameron Clark. Great defense by Matthew Chin. JST trying to counter something. Lewis goes to his right, kicks out. Another wide open look at the corner. Three is up, in and out, doesn't get it. Everybody standing on their feet here at the Lock-In Arena, but the three's not dropping here in the second quarter. Chinggis pulls up mid-range and comfortably tucks that one away. That experience playing in Vietnam last season for the Saigon Heat coming to fruition in his game this season, his return to the Broncos. Clock going back and forth. Pump fakes. Probably could have made some contact. Probably could have gone to the free throw line. Boy, got Stedman Lemon off the floor with the pump fake. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Neither team with any fouls to give. Lemon under pressure from Lewis. It's Tushi Gelbeg. And there's the reach and foul, and unnecessary because, like I said, especially for JST, they cannot afford to commit any fouls and keep sending Broncos to the free throw line. Broncos getting ready for a double change, and it's on Lewis. It's only his first personal foul. Well, Maigan also comes back in the game, so he'll be the natural center for JST. Well, I would say the best game that we saw from Tushi Gelbeg was at the Tien Arena in Taipei. The comeback that the Broncos made in the fourth quarter was down to this man's tenacious, relentless man-to-man defense that he put in the backcourt against the new Taipei Kings. Provisional substitution, he'll leave the game. Broncos bringing back in Tommy Batchevind. Double-digit 10-point lead, and an offensive foul is going to be called against Cameron Clark. Clark just getting tangled up with Tommy Batchevind. That's going to be Clark's second personal foul. Well, a timeout is going to be called by the Broncos. 1:38 to go here in the second quarter. The opening day of the BCL Asia East Final Six. We're live here in Johor Bahru, Malaysia. We'll be back from this timeout in just under 1 minute. Welcome back, everybody. Live here at the Lock-In Arena in Bahru, or Johor Bahru, excuse me. Broncos trying to extend a 10-point advantage here against Johor Southern Tigers. They want to find, that's going to be an offensive foul, I believe, against Jody Chimanga. So he'll now become the 6th Broncos player, or is it on Miller? That's on Ian Miller. That's his 3rd personal foul. Well, if you're JST, you want to make sure that last season's MVP picks up that 4th one. Clock defended by Tommy Batchevind. Pump fakes. Gets Chimanga off the ground, but misses inside the paint. Nobody going in for an offensive rebound. One way JST can try to get back in this game. And that's going to be a foul against Maigan. And it's another poor foul to give away because this will just send Jody Chimanga back to the charity stripe. So like Marcus Lee, Maigan also has 3 personal fouls. Chimanga can become the 3rd player in double figures if he can convert both free throws. Because born and raised in Montreal, Canada, to a wonderful mother and father from the Democratic Republic of Congo, has aspirations one day of featuring for their national team, the home country of his wonderful parents. 2nd free throw good. 2nd time tonight, Broncos have led by 11. Timothy Chinggis just getting called for the kickball violation. Got to find some scoring here from Scotty Lewis. Nick Bayada Chulambataz is called for an unnecessary foul. So, I mean, these teams defensively, usually very, very well organized. But it's plays like that, even the Broncos, although they lead by 11, now they're just going to send Scotty Lewis to the free throw line. Well, Lewis has been perfect from the charity stripe. Just getting that standing ovation from the home crowd. A magnificent talent, because he's had some great games so far here in BCL Asia East. Second free throw good. Potential 2 for 1 here for the Broncos. Lim Chi Wei just trying to make Timothy Chinggis give it up. As now they go back to Miller. Maigan forcing Chimanga to kick it out. Ikbayada, Chulumbatad goes in. Chimanga saves it. Almost comes up with the Dennis Rodman worm save. 13 seconds difference. Batchavin still has it. Pulls up for 3. Try to go off the bank and another offensive rebound. Now Broncos. Well, they could have gone for the final play, but in the end, they turn it over. Well, Timothy Chinggis went for the right idea. It was just a tough pass. But now they give JST one final chance to get the last shot. And it's another foul. And both teams in these last few minutes, having put each other into the penalty quite early, got to show more composure in the defense. Because where the Broncos had an 11-point lead, this now could be down to 7. As Lewis continues to shine in the charity stripe. Still this 4.9. Broncos will try to get one final crack at this after Lewis's second free throw. Lewis makes them both. Remains perfect from the free throw line. Batchavin trying to go the length of the floor. Gets a shot off in time and nearly got it, but that is the end of the first half. The Chinggis Broncos, defending champions of the BCL Asia East, lead by 7 against our host, the Johor Southern Tigers. This is the final 6. Game day 1, first game of Group A. We're going to leave you with some of the key highlights, best moments of the first half, and we'll be back for the second half in just under 15 minutes.
球场呢，我会分成9个判 ，OK， 9个判。所以那边的粉丝们，你们是1啊，看到我吗？我在球场中间，你们是1，右边是2，那边粉丝是3，这边是4，边左边这边的是5，你们是6，啊，这个是7，最尾是8，你们全部是9，扩赛的，看着我扩赛的 ，OK， 非常简单。当我说1，全部举手。 看不到不够多了，来全部举手。OK， 很好，来1全部举手 ，1。OK， 来2举手，为谁呢？为谁呢 ？OK， 来3举手，4举手 ，Number 4 raise your hand up。OK， 5那边5 raise it up。OK， 6， 来再来6， 来举手6。OK， 7来举手，8那边举手，来9举手。OK， 扩赛的这什么没有比这样子的。 OK， 来啊，我们慢慢来，我们 take it slow。OK， 1， raise your hand up。2， 3， 4， 5， 6， 7， 8， 9。OK， 哎呦 ，OK， 全部举手一下，观察一下。OK， 再来多一次啊，我们来 ，1， 2， 3。 全部手都吊起了，不够了啊！多一次啊，多一次，最后一次了。来，如果你是球队的粉丝们，来，请举手 ，1， 2， 3， 4， 5， 6， 7， 8， 9。好 ，OK， 来，掌声给自己，谢谢你们了。OK， 有球后来的主场呢，我每天都在这里面玩 ，OK， 所以请你们记得 ，All right， thank you guys， Steve，Let's go。
Thank
Welcome back, everybody, live here at the Lock-In Arena in Johor Bahru, BCL Asia East Final Six. Well, quite an inspiring end to the second quarter. A bit of a comeback coming from the Johor Southern Tigers, but the Broncos, defending champions, still lead by 7 points. Stem and Lemon back in the starting lineup. Chimanga at center. Similar Chinggis to Tushigelbeg. Well, Chimanga, good post work. Probably one too many pump fakes. Because JST have got to ride on the momentum. The confidence that they built at the end of the first half. That's on Marcus Lee. Well, Chimanga just couldn't quite get control of it. So it's only going to be a fresh 14 on the shot clock now here for the Johor Southern Tigers. Scotty Lewis, quick catch and shoot again. Feeling clutch early on. So now he is still officially the game's leading scorer at 18 points. 5-point deficit. Lewis has had a fair share of his points on the free throw line. Miller hasn't scored since the first quarter. Mene coming up with a big rebound. Lewis denying the screen. Little step through again. Magic on the floor from the former Charlotte Hornet. Great start already for JST's Stepman Lemon. Very rushed offense is coming from the Broncos. Well, Meme can level things up. Wide open three. He's gone 0 for 5 since making his first one. As Tushigelbeg quickly attacks the paint. Marcus Lee, excellent defense considering picks up 3 fouls in the second quarter. JST can cut it down to 1. They can tie things up if they attempt another 3, but good defense from Tushigelbeg. Lewis chases. Well, I think Tushigelbeg had missed the layup initially. Lewis just made contact. Meme, pump fakes. Finds Cameron Clark under pressure. Another poor offense from JST, and not everyone making an effort to get back on defense. Lemon now extends it back to a 2-possession lead to the Broncos. Well, the Broncos have only won 1 game away from home this season in BCL Asia East. Wow, if that's on Ian Miller, that's foul number 4. Or is it on Tushigelbeg? I think it's on Miller. No, it's on Tushigelbeg. So that's his 3rd personal foul. Well, a bit of confusion. They initially seemed to think it's free throw shots, but it's actually a baseline possession to the Johor Southern Tigers, down by 5. Almost 2:30 played here in the third quarter. Opening game of this group in the final 6. Chimanga just trying to keep Marcus Lee in front. Lee goes in, draws another foul now. That's gonna be a second foul against Chimanga. The Broncos have got to be more cool, calm, and composed.
Second personal foul, number 32.
Marcus Lee, 7 points this evening.
Marcus Lee.
JST have done a great job of getting to the free throw line a lot tonight. No one's taken more free throws than Scotty Lewis. Lee dives for it, finds Cameron Clark, and that's a 3-point play. Slicing it down to a 2-point deficit. As the energy levels here at the Lock-In Arena just get louder and louder. Well, Miller still hasn't scored since the first quarter. Tushi Gelbeck in the corner and sinks it. That's going to be a two-pointer. Well, that just gives a little bit more calm to the ship of the Broncos offense. Because what's going to be exciting, many players from both teams are domestic players. They'll be featuring for the national teams come August at the FIBA Asia Cup pre-qualifiers. And Lewis, count it, does the impossible. Are you kidding me? Scotty Lewis with the tricks in the magic bag. Foul is on Chinggis. That's his third foul. As Broncos make a change, Asbayan Altengarel will come in for Stedman Lemon. I mean, how is this possible? Well, only Scotty Lewis knows. Well, Lewis cutting it down to a one-point ball game. Huge three-point play. Trying to find Miller wide open. Lewis wants to force him right. Chimanga comes up for the screen. Paddles to the offensive board. Twisting, turning. Just can't finish. Marcus Lee comes up with the rebound. Now Cameron Clark wants to go at Chimanga. Bumps. That's good defense from Chimanga. The Broncos want to run. Clark still getting back on defense. The foul is going to be committed by Scotty Lewis. That's his second personal. JST can take the lead with this offense. Well, excuse me, Broncos can extend their lead. Tushi Gelbeck, Mongolia's national team player, will inbound this. Chinggis. Gonna have to isolate. Wow, nearly turning it over. Good defense. Chinggis gets around him. Bumps in the lane, goes in. And that's gonna be an offensive foul. Suffocated defense. As Marcus Lee inspires the Locken Arena. Well, great discipline displayed by Marcus Lee, patiently waiting for the charge to be initiated. And Chinggis will sub out of the game. Stedman Lemon will re-enter play. Cameron Clark point forward at the moment. JST now can take the lead. Lewis, quick backdoor, three is up. Offensive rebound. Clark still has it. Maymay, corner, three. Still can't make him. Had another look. Now goes in. Lee goes in for the tip in. And now JST have the lead. No need for the Broncos to panic. Just got to find some stability here in their offense. Stedman Lemon, the bucket go-getter, pulls up off the dribble. And it's just simply that easy. It looks tough, but he makes it look easy. Last season's FIBA Vassal final player of the game, I should say. JST go for another one from downtown and extend it to a two-point lead with a Sanford Cho. And every bucket, every defensive hustle, every effort just gets his home crowd into it. As Miller still scoreless since the first quarter. Marcus Lee playing a bit of Vlade Divac, bit of point center. Clark pulls up inside the paint, and now it's a two-possession lead for JST. 11-point turnaround here in the third quarter for the Johor Southern Tigers. Lemon, pump fakes. Probably could have got a foul called against Maymay. Chimanga, good hands by Cameron Clark. But Chinggis, he's been on fire. And Zukir, baby. Well, he has been Broncos' leading player so far here in the third quarter. Still JST lead by 1. Clock. Chimanga just has that size advantage. As Mei goes baseline. Well, good defense from Johnny Chimanga. Now Broncos have numbers. They go back to Chinggis. He pump fakes. Finds Stephen Lemon. Well, they probably should have gone to Lemon earlier on the transition. And Mei for 3. Oh, it's almost like the first three-pointer curse. Just hasn't made 7 since making that early three-pointer. Miller now goes to his right. Lee puts a hand up. And Miller's first field goal since the first quarter. And Broncos reclaim the lead. A timeout call by Johor Southern Tigers. 2:49 to go here in the third quarter. BCL Asia East Final 6. We're live here at the Lockett Arena in Johor Bahru of Malaysia. We'll be back in just under 1 minute. Well, what a third quarter it's been since the beginning of the second half. The Broncos led by 7 points. Only for the Johor Southern Tigers to make this inspirational run, led by Scotty Lewis, who has 23 points. Both teams, 3 players in double figures. The key thing for JST, Marcus Lee cannot pick up a 4th foul. Lewis finds Maigan, puts it on the ground, goes in, gets rejected. Maigan offensive rebound, tries a putback, and Broncos come up with it. Ikbayar, Chulumbatar. A foul is going to be called. That's only the 2nd team foul against Johor Southern Tigers. That's going to be called against Tang, number 22. That's his first personal foul. Because we already have one exciting game. South China Athletic winning from a Rodrigo and Della final bucket. Could this game also go right down to the wire? Stephen Lemon baseline. Miller corner. Big time 3. Uchlara. 5 points here in the third quarter. Now moving up to 17. Second leading scorer this evening. And here's the leading scorer to Scotty Lewis. And it's an unforced turnover. Has the adrenaline worn off for the Johor Southern Tigers? Under 2 minutes left. Broncos trying to restore a little bit of order, set more daylight between them and JST. Iverson cut here for Stephen Lemon. Ikbayar to Chulumbatar left wide open. In and out, can't get it. And Chimanga. Oh, that is what you call never say die. Chimanga now fourth player in double figures here for the Broncos. 6-point lead. Maigan wants to go at Chimanga. Nearly turns it over. They'll try another three. This one's up. No good. Marcus Lee battles, but good box out by Asbah. They turn it over. Marcus Lee goes in, and a foul is going to be called against Chimanga. That's his third personal. So Chimanga, just like Ian Miller, now has 3 fouls. Double change coming in for JST. Has a look at the replay. Both Ting Chung Hong Mei Mei and Wang Yi Ho back in the lineup. Johor Southern Tigers going slightly bigger now as Marcus Lee misses the free throw. Ten points this evening for Marcus Lee. Got to try to get through this 107 without picking up a 4th foul. Well, it's the 3rd time tonight. Broncos could have been called for a lane violation, but the free throw counts. 5-point deficit. Lee comes out with a hedge. Asbayad finds Stedman Lemon. Lemon wants to go baseline. Tries to find Chimanga. That goes out of bounds. 4.7 remain on the shot clock for the Broncos. I wouldn't say it's a quiet game tonight for Stedman Lemon. He does have 13 points, but defensively, they're trying to make it wild. They're going to turn it over. An unforced turnover. And now, a 2-for-1 could be on the table here for Johor Southern Tigers. 47.2 seconds left. Broncos don't have any fouls to give. Marcus Lee matched up by Asbayad. Broncos, 2 players in help side. Lee backs down. Nowhere to go. Nearly turned it over. Wang Yi Ho comes up with it. Mei Mei, can he get it? Finally got it. San Francho. Xie Ni Mei Mei. As he cuts it down to a 2-point ball game. Lemon now goes to his left. Well, they probably need a bit more of that from him. Keep going to that Iverson cut. Get him open on the wing. Allow him to isolate. It's Marcus Lee, final 3, doesn't get it. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Broncos hanging on to a 2-possession lead. As we head into the final 10, we'll be back for the 4th and final quarter in just under 2 minutes. Welcome back, everybody, live here at the Lock-In Arena in the heart of Johor Bahru of Malaysia, the BCL Asia East Final 6. Johor Southern Tigers are hosts, trailing by 4 points against the defending champions, the Chinggis Broncos. JST get first possession. Wang Yi-ho thought about taking the three-pointer. Now goes off the bank, and Marcus Lee with the putback. Well, the former San Miguel Beerman now moving up to 13 points, cutting it down to a one-possession ball game. Lewis trying to pressure against Ian Miller. Well, we want to go to Chimanga. Good defense from Marcus Lee. JST can level things up. Lee has Cameron Clark with him. Clark goes in and counted. Well, what an excellent way to convert a turnover into a fast break and one. Well, that is the San Miguel Beerman combo. Marcus Lee, who came from San Miguel Beerman, and in 2023, Cameron Clark also played for the San Miguel Beerman. Three-point play converted. JST reclaiming the lead here in the second half. As Tulga Odgedev back in the lineup here for the Broncos. Lemon pulls up for a quick one and silences the home crowd. Stedman Lemon now moving up to 18 points. Leading scorer so far here for the Broncos. Wang Yi-ho finding Cameron Clark. Lewis denying the screen. Pulls up in the mid-range. High arc. Let it rip. 25 this evening for Scotty Lewis. It's the kind of game anybody wants to tune in to watch at the moment here in BCL Asia East Final 6. Well, Lemon's been on fire so far and remains clutch like he did last season for Tabiet in the BCL Asia and the FIBA Vassal. The haunting memories of losing against Utsunami Brex in the quarterfinals and Auriati of the FIBA Vassal final in 2025. And a moving screen is going to be called against Cameron Clark. That's going to be a third foul against Clark. So Broncos can try and extend on this two-point cushion. Stedman Lemon just clicking into confidence mode at the moment. They'll go back to Miller, pump fakes, one dribble, quick three, and now makes it a 5-point lead to the Broncos. And JST will call timeout. Well, that's a big 6-0 run. Back-to-back threes from both Stedman Lemon and Ian Showtime Miller. We'll return from this timeout in just under 1 minute, live here at the Lock-In Arena in Johor Bahru, BCL Asia East Final 6. Well, the timeout was called by head coach Ken. His players have done a good job to get back into this. Twice they trailed by double figures, but they've taken the lead twice here in the second half. We had that second three-pointer from Ting Hood Chong. All they could do with some more three-pointers, some more Sanford shows from Ting Chun Hong. Scotty Lewis just drawing a foul against Stedman Lemon. That's only his first personal foul. Second team foul against Broncos here in the fourth quarter.
Pushing foul committed by Broncos. Number 1, first personal foul.
Two-possession deficit. GST don't want this lead to get any bigger, but they've got to find ways to keep scoring. Lewis hangs in the air, double clutches. A bit of immense hang time there. His head was almost level with the rim. Still Broncos lead by 3. And Ian Killer Miller time. 23 tonight for Ian Miller. 6-point lead to the Broncos. Camera clock in the paint. Wants to post up against Ian Miller. Tries to make a bit of contact. That's going to be Miller's 4th foul. So clock will go to the charity stripe. The camera clock's got to be able to make both free throws. Try to minimize the deficit. And Miller has no more fouls to give. First free throw good. Because neither of these two teams want to look back and think the outcome could have been different had they made all the free throws. 6 missed free throws this evening for Johor Southern Tigers. Clock makes them both. Because Cameron Clark back in 2017 won the French Pro A LNB Championship when he played for Alain Chalon, a team who featured in BCL Europe this season. That just goes to show the vast experience he offers his team. Similar Chinggis had time, took a dribble. Offensive rebound for Azbayar. The foul is going to be called against Ting Chun Hong. Well, that was the 11th offensive rebound tonight for the Broncos. Miller curls, trying to throw a lob, goes out of bounds. Marcus Lee unable to keep this under control, but he did the good part. 9 seconds remain on the shot clock here for the Broncos. They find Azbayar. Time is ticking down here. Timlin Chinggis pulls up mid-range, and that's simply automatic. Second time tonight off the dribble for the former Saigon Heat player, and he comes up with a steal. JST way too casual, but, well, is it a no, it's a charge. Offensive foul against Chimanga, and that is his 4th foul. So both Ian Miller, Jordy Chimanga, and also Timlin Chinggis have 4 fouls each. Well, respectfully, the Broncos cannot afford to lose either Jordy Chimanga or Ian Miller. 6:30 left. Can they hang on to the 6-point lead? Lewis has 27 points this evening. Well, Marcus Lee, he missed it from point-blank range. And Jordy Chimanga didn't want to attempt anything to pick up a 5th foul. Miller, quick 3, pulls up. Wow, buries it. 26 tonight for Miller. 9-point Broncos lead. What could have been a 4-point deficit. It's now Miller in around the defense. He'll finish. But he's got to keep scoring. It's simple as that. Because Lewis doesn't have a single rebound tonight. Miller's been on fire. Oh, baby! Zugir, baby! Uchlara! Last season's most valuable player in Showtime Killer Miller. Well, he's gone to the ground. Not sure what's happened here. Let's have a look. Well, there was the three-pointer, the high arc. Didn't see. Oh, ow. Well, Ian Miller's tough as nails from New York City. Him and Stephen Lemon are good friends. They shake hands, but you can kick this guy in the face. He'll still play. He is tough as nails. He's played in France, Greece, played in Turkey. And now he's got 30 points. The game's leading scorer. 11-point lead to the Broncos. Marcus Lee with the seal-off. So that's going to be 2 free throws coming up for Marcus Lee. Well, Marcus Lee has his double-double, 16 rebounds along with his 13 points, but he's 3 out of 6 from the free throw line. And you've even got Stephen Lemon reminding that it's 2 free throws and not a baseline inbound. He's been averaging shy of a double-double as he makes the first free throw. 9.5 points with 13 boards. Because the only time he didn't get a double-double in his first 2 games was against High Tech. He was 1 point shy. Comes into the final 6, a 55% free throw shooter. Nine-point lead. Miller's been unconscious so far. That time not going to get it. Lee comes up with the 17th rebound. JST. Lee kicks out. Mei had a look at 3. Still has it. Gets his own rebound. Well, he had Marcus Lee there. Couldn't get it to him. And now Batchman. Batchman goes all the way and finishes under pressure. Under halfway to go here. Can the Broncos hang on? JST has got to keep scoring. It's a big deficit now. Lewis finds clock. Got to shoot it. And that's a 24-second violation. Nobody communicated. And now the waves of anxiety you can feel from these JST fans here at the Lock-In Arena. Azbayad just has to retreat inside the paint, going back out to Batchavin. Broncos don't need to rush anything. And that's going to be the 4th and final team foul against JST, so no more fouls to give. And that's going to be a 4th foul against. That's on Cameron Clark. Miller's been on fire again. This guy. Well, it's Miller time. Killer Miller, showtime. Well, there's a reason he won the MVP award last season. Leas just draws the contact, and now he'll go to the free throw line. Broncos game to hang on to. My word, they have turned it up when it counted. Well, there was the hesitation. So the foul is on Stephen Lemon, not on Azbayad Altengarel. Scotty Lewis has got to make both free throws. 27 points, so 29, excuse me. First one good. We briefly played a very small handful of games in Lebanon before going to the Canadian CEBL to play with the Niagara River Lions. So this is his second taste of international basketball. Second free throw, no good. Neither team with any fouls to give. Broncos just need to keep being patient, try to build something. A high percentage look. Lemon try to go off the bank. Bit of a quick shot there. Cameron Clark will pull up for three in transition. Three is up. And Tin Chung Han can't put the putback. Tigers still have it. Another three. And they just won't go. Broncos with numbers. Finds Lemon. Lemon finishing under intense pressure. And extending it back to a bigger lead here. 14-point cushion. As Cameron Clark gets around the defense. Marcus Lee comes in for the putback. Just over 3 minutes. Still a 12-point lead to the Broncos. He just filmed the Johor Southern Tigers. So good hands by Marcus Lee, forcing a turnover. JST don't have the numbers. Nobody getting ahead. Fatigue quite clearly being a factor. Scotty Lewis, deep three. And that's been the difference. It's been Ian Miller's three-pointers here in the fourth quarter that have set these two teams apart. Lemon gets right to the bucket and puts them back up by 14. Stedman Lemon now up to 24 points. Third leading scorer this evening. Cameron Clark will try another three in the corner. That's 3 consecutive misses now. Goes out of bounds. That's going to remain JST ball now. They can't go for head coach's challenge, and I think that's what head coach Jerry Umbold is going to go for. Well, he can call for the head coach's challenge. Yeah, he's called for it. So the players now will have to go to the benches. And the officials will go to the monitor. So let's go to the monitor with our two referees to get a better, closer look at this.
Baseline.
Well, our officials are now just having to look at the replay to find out who had the last touch on this one. So an unsuccessful head coach challenge. Johor Southern Tigers with 2:13 will get it back on the baseline with a fresh 14 on the shot clock. Problem is for JST, they have no fouls to give, so it's a question of, do you put on full court pressure? Do you trap? Do you try to do something? Because every offense is going to have to count. It's going to remain, well, that's going back to the Broncos. Well, this fourth quarter has been a teardown from Ian Miller. Single-handedly putting Broncos ahead by 14. An incredible 32-point performance. He may not be done there. Miller, matched up by Scotty Lewis. Similar Chinggis, again off the dribble. That time unsuccessful, is now run to 2 minutes. Billy Batchovin nearly coming up with a steal, but going out of bounds, going back to JST. And I think right now it's been fatigue. The fatigue factor settling in here for JST. Marcus Lee going all the way and down the middle. That cuts it down to 12 with just over 100 seconds left. No full court pressure, no trap coming from JST. Almost like conceding defeat. Miller's got 32. Front iron doesn't hit. Scotty Lewis tries a little Euro step, goes into the left hand. It's a 4-0 run, and a timeout is going to be called by the Broncos. Still a 10-point lead to the defending champions, and we will return from this timeout in just under 1 minute. So a very impressive double-double tonight from Marcus Lee, but kind of get the fears at the moment. It might not be nearly enough with 1:23 left, down by 10. And Broncos need to realize if JST is not going to put full court pressure, try to set any traps, well, there's no need to rush anything. Just wind down the shot clock in every offense. But now it looks like they're going to put that full court pressure. Welcome back live here at the Lock-In Arena. Second game of the opening day of the BCL Asia East Final Six. Marcus Lee gambles, comes up with it. Wang Yi-ho, quick three. A foul is going to be called against Chimanga. Well, if that's on Chimanga, that's foul number 5. Well, no, it's not on Chimanga. It's on Billy Batchovin. So it's actually 3 free throws coming up. Wow. Wang Yi-ho can cut this down to a 7-point deficit if he makes all 3 free throws. Malaysian national team player. First one's good. Because he's played for 3 different teams in BCL Asia at the beginning when it was known as FIBA Asia Champions Cup in the early stages. It's his first points this evening. Well, he's only been 3 out of 7 from the free throw line this season in BCL Asia East. And it's a 7-0 run. JST have got a trap here. They go to Stephen Lemon. Here comes the trap. Lee gambles, nearly came up with it. Well, they're definitely going to need another stop on this offense. If I was JST, try and trap whoever gets the ball first, but don't foul. Don't send Broncos to the free throw line. Lemon. Mismatch here. Goes baseline. Oh, they turn it over. Lewis comes up with it. Lewis all the way. Counted! Incredible! A 9-0 run. Wow. Just over a minute ago, this game was done and dusted. It was a 14-point lead to the Broncos. Hope still alive. What a finish. Now Scotty Lewis, leading scorer tonight. What a game from this man. Well, 11 out of 13 from the free throw line. It's a 2-possession ball game. Oh, they turn it over again. Lewis keeps it alive. Goes baseline. He's fouled again. This is incredible. And it has been turnover after turnover for the Broncos. A complete capitulation. And Lewis can make it a 2-point ball game. But Billy Batchavin, Mongolia's #1 player for the national team, is fouled out. That's his 5th foul. Well, Lewis, 11 out of 13 from the free throw line. And now it's a 1-possession game. 46.5. Can he make it a 2-point deficit? Can he make it a 12-0 run? Oh, I missed it. Broncos don't need to rush anything. Well, goes out of bounds. Now, they can use a head coach's challenge, but I don't think they're going to use it. JST has got to be careful with these gambles. There's no need to foul here. Home crowd behind their team. Remember, Marcus Lee also has 4 fouls. They go back to Miller. Chimanga in the paint, and Azbayad finishes. 5-point lead to the Broncos. Timeout call by JST. 27.3 left. And the future of Mongolian basketball, Azbayad Altengadel, may have just give them the daylight they needed. We'll be back very soon. Well, Johor Southern Tigers, I'd assume they're going to advance the ball. I think that's what they're going to do. I would say now, down by 5, 27.3. Now would probably be the time to try and get a high percentage look from the 3-point line. Problem is, Ting Chun Hong's on the bench. He's their go-to 3-point shooter. Stedman Lemon switching. Now he wants to initially switch here. Got to go quickly here. Lewis pulls up, deep 3, nearly got it. Well, that could have made it a 2-point deficit. The Broncos have got to get it in bound. Got to take care of the basketball. Johor Southern Tigers, you've got to trap as soon as the ball gets in. Double team right away. Timberland Chinggis. There's the quick foul committed by Scotty Lewis. That's his 4th personal foul.
Holding foul. Committed by number 16.
Well, it was an inspiring run in the end from Johor Southern Tigers. Timberland Chinggis, of course, couldn't win the Vietnamese Basketball Association Championship last season. with the Saigon Heat. But having won the domestic MBA in Mongolia, it's a good start so far for them here in BCL Asia East. Second free throw, no good. JST have got to go quick. Lewis finds Wang Yi-ho. Penetrates. 6.6, two-possession ball game. Well, that will do it. Defending champions of the BCL Asia East, the Chinggis Broncos win 97-93 against the Johor Southern Tigers. Leading by 14 with 2 minutes to go. The inspiring amount of a comeback from JST wasn't enough in the end. And the Broncos hang on for only the 3rd win of the campaign. Well, it's been an exciting opening day here at the BCL Asia East Final 6. Wins from both South China Athletic and now the Chinggis Broncos. And more exciting games yet to come tomorrow and the day after. Top two teams in each group will qualify for the semifinals to find out who will go to the finals and compete for position in the BCL Asia 2026 final tournaments. Well, we are going to get an interview with the player of the game, and well, I think when it comes to the Broncos, that's one player in mind, and that's probably Ian Miller, without a doubt. Terrific performance from the MVP last season. 8 3-pointers made by Ian Miller. 8 out of 14, 11 out of 19 from the field in total. Because he also finished with 3 rebounds and 1 assist. But I think the 3-point damage did enough. Well, we're going to go courtside very soon to meet with Ian Miller just to get some thoughts from him from this performance. Remember, you can join us also at the post-game press conference where we'll meet with both coaches and a player from each team. But a tough one here for the Johor Southern Tigers. Like I said, talent is not the issue for this team. They're a very talented team. I think it was one Ian Miller, but very soon we are going to hear from the player of the game as he is courtside waiting patiently for us. Well, we are going to head courtside very shortly just to get some words from Ian Miller.
Like I said, my teammates found me, and I was able to create a few shots for myself, and ended up with that amount of points. But we got the win. That's all that matters.
And final question is a long week in the final 6. How is this team planning to make some key adjustments, not just technically, but personally as well, in terms of personal growth?
We just got to be tough. We got to be tough. When you got weeks like this, 4 games 1 week, everybody has to play, take care of our bodies, rest, and come and compete.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thanks. All right, see you.
From the Locken Arena here in Johor Bahru, it's good night, and we'll see you tomorrow for game day 2 of the BCL Asia East Final 6.
So don't move up this, guys. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the post-game press conference for the Basketball Champions League Asia East Final 6 game between the Johor Southern Tigers from Malaysia and the Chinggis Broncos from Mongolia. Chinggis Broncos beat Johor Southern Tigers 97-93. Johor Southern Tigers coach Danny Yong and Scotty Lewis have joined us. So may I ask you to please switch off all your mobile phones. The press conference will be conducted in English. If Coach Danny replies in Bahasa Melayu or Malaysia, I will translate to the English language. Coach Danny, can you please give us your comments about the game?
Kita yang first quarter kita lose 10 point. That is a very kasihan. Dan saya nak di sini saya nak sorry kepada semua penyokong. Kita sudah try tapi the final result kita kalah. So kita will try all the best yang next game. 44, number 44, their opponents, they shoot three, sangat bagus. They are three. We just only got 4 3 points. There is the difference there. So we need to go back and adjust on the defense, and we try to win at the next game.
Just going to translate that to English language from Coach Danny's opening statement. The Johor Southern Tigers gave up 10 points, and big shout out to the fans for supporting the Johor Southern Tigers tonight. The team tried very, very hard, but we'll look to the next game. The team congratulates Mr. Ian Miller from the Chinggis Broncos for scoring that many points. He was very, very red hot from three-point land. So congratulations to him, but the Johor Southern Tigers need to improve and make adjustments and move on. I will now like to ask Mr. Scotty Lewis to please give your opening comment about the game this evening. Scotty.
Yeah, I think we had a great game plan coming into this game. I think the coaches had excellent film for us throughout the duration of the week. I think they put us in good position in practice to be able to, imitate what these guys do. I think it's knowing personnel. Obviously, Miller got hot. We made 4 threes for 22. They were 13 for 29. And a lot of those, at least 5 or 6 of those, we're just watching them kind of line it up for some reason and not giving our full effort on those plays. That's what separates good teams from great teams. I think we have the ability to be a great team. I think it comes down to our effort and how much we want to win at the end of the day. I think a lot of guys for us came in and gave a lot of good minutes, a lot of good effort. And I think everyone holds themselves to a high standard on our team. So I think they know who played well, who didn't, who could have played better, things like that. But we were prepared. Our coaches prepared us for this game. And we were fighting to the end of the game, as we always do. And, we kept it close, but it just wasn't enough today. That's a really, really talented team from their locals, from the imports. It was a good game overall, for sure. We're going to go back and watch it and prepare for Thursday.
Thank you very much, Scotty. I will now give the floor to the media to ask questions in English. I would please ask the media to first state their name and the media company they are representing. There are no questions.
So our first question is for you, Coach. Despite the loss, there was no denying that Johor put up a good fight against the defending champions. How did you like the way you guys competed, especially in the end game when you came back from 14 points?
At the fourth quarter, is it the end game? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The first when we watch on the time board, I think we're gonna lose maybe 20 points. But I just mentioned about the players. We need to make some points because we have another games. We cannot let this game just go away. We need to catch it back. But they promised me they will catch it back. Then we try to focus press. Then we get it. And maybe in the first quarter we start on that. Maybe today the winning team is different. I need to adjust on that. I'm learn from them. They are a very good team and they are the last year champions, right? And I'm very proud for my players and I need to thank the fans and my players too. Thank you very much.
Now, Scotty, first of all, very good game from you. By giving the Broncos a tough night, does this make the team even more confident with its ability to compete? Yeah, I
think even with our regular season play, we've always had confidence that we can compete. From our first game in Indonesia, we were talking about just energy and effort, man. I think we're in a league where anybody can win, regardless of talent, regardless of who's on the floor, who's not on the floor, locals, imports. I think it's anyone's game every time there's a game. So it's all about who wants it more. I think it comes down to that. And I think later down the stretch, unfortunately, they wanted more than we did today. But I think it's just preparation. We're going to go back and we're going to watch film. I know coach is going to drive himself crazy to watch film and put us in the right position tomorrow to practice and prepare for Thursday. So we trust them to put us in the right position, and we just got to trust their plan. And that's what we're going to do moving forward. We got to get that win on Thursday, see how everything turns out tomorrow, and then move forward accordingly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Any further questions? Okay, this is the end of the first part of the press conference. We will be back soon with the Chinggis Broncos. Thank you very much, everyone. Welcome back. We now have with us the Chinggis Broncos coach, Coach Arambul Erdin, and also Chinggis Broncos player Ian Miller. I would now like to invite Coach Arambul to give his comment about the game. Coach.
Good evening, everybody. And first of all, congratulations for my players. So it was a tough game, but last 80 seconds we had very big problem against the full court pressure. But yeah, just I think, in my opinion, that we can cross the half court so easily. But just we had a little bit surprised. And so I want to say about Scott Leaves. He played 40 minutes. So in the 1 minute he hasn't rest. That's why he played really well. But yeah, he executed a really good execution on tonight. Yeah, he surprised me tonight.
Thank you, Coach. I would now like to invite Ian Miller to give his comment about the game. Ian.
First, Johor Southern Tigers, great competitors, play hard from the beginning. But tonight we learned, you know, like even through a win, we still learning how to handle certain things and pressure. But all in all, we got the win, and that's what we came here to do. So we just have to take the positives, get better on the positives, and try to cut out some of the negative.
Okay, can I like to invite questions from the floor, from the media?
My first question is for you, Coach. Your team did manage to pull off the win, but almost lost a 14-point lead. How concerning is this, knowing that there be tougher challenges throughout the final six?
Can you say the last question?
Yeah. How concerning is this, knowing that there be tougher challenges throughout the final six?
Yeah, we are still learning. Then we had so many hard situations, but when we had the last game, almost 2 weeks. Yeah, but this gap, those hours, just we didn't game, and so tonight, our players, especially our number 7, Aza, cannot adapt to this game. So we need to work on, especially the last quarter. And in this season, most of the games we can't finish very well. Most of the games, so that prepare the tomorrow games start from tonight. Then yeah, so I need to learn a lot of things. So I have so many passion to work with my teams. So we had this crazy schedule, but I'm really proud of my players. Especially I want to say about Lemon and Miller. They made the unbelievable shots. Then they can turn the game tonight.
Thank you, Coach. My second question is for you, Ian. You were obviously back to your old form with the way you took charge in the fourth. Do you see this as a sign of better things to come here in the final six?
Yeah, you know, like Coach said, we had probably a week and a half, 2 weeks, no games. So tonight was like a preparation for the rest of the week. Just happy that we got through tonight with a win. And you know, this is the start of what we are here to do. And we did it last year, but we have to know that we have the target on our back this year, and everybody's going to give us championship game every night. So we have to learn to adapt to that for 40 minutes. And as long as we do that, we'll be fine.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Any further questions? Thank you very much to our media representatives for asking the questions. Thank you very much to Coach Arambul Erdin and to Ian Miller for sharing with us their thoughts about the game. That is the end of our press conference this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.